Keita Rock the Magical Elf, and welcome to the Socks Box. So today in Elf Training 101 we are going to be covering the skill that elves are best known for, wrapping presents. I've designed this tutorial to be as simple and easy and beginner friendly as I possibly could, and yeah, let's get into it. That felt like a really short intro, but I guess it's okay because shortness is another speciality of elves. So of course you should technically be doing this at the working station, but I am horrifically clumsy and I like to save gravity the trouble by just doing everything on the floor. So what you're going to need is of course some festive wrapping paper, a lot of shiny ribbon, some clear sticky tape, appropriately sized scissors, and some snacks. So this is embarrassing, I almost forgot the most important thing that you're gonna need for this. The presents that you're going to wrap. And these are the presents for Luke the Puppymon, who is always on the good list. Is it called the good list or the nice list? Whatever, he's on both. So step one is to measure the wrapping paper for your present. So what you'll do is you open up some of your wrapping paper, put your present on the edge of it, and literally just roll your present so that it sees all the sides, and that will be the size of your wrapping paper that you need to cut. So once you have your paper cut, you're going to place your present on it, upside down, and fold the paper over it and stick it with your tape. By the way, this tape is meant to tear and break. I'm not super strong. I'd like to be, but Santa's never brought me strength for Christmas. Right, so now for the sides. Again, remember your present is upside down in here. You're going to take this top bit and fold it downwards. And make little triangles on the sides. Now you'll take your little triangles and fold them inwards. So it looks like that. Now that is going to come up and you will tape it down like that. Ta-da! And now you're going to do the same on this side. And now when you flip over to the front of the present, this is what it looks like. Just a little side note I want to throw in here, if this were for a human with opposable thumbs and not a puppy, I would have used a lot more tape on the sides. Now we add some ribbon, probably not necessary for a puppy, but I know people might want to know this, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So this is the front of your present. You take your ribbon, go across the front to the back, where you are going to pull one side up and one side down so that it goes over, makes a little cross. Bring it to the front. Adjust the size that you need by pulling on it very delicately. And then cut so that the two ends are even in length. Why won't my scissors cut? What is this, the life thread of a god? Pro tip for this, get some sellotape ready and just have it on your finger. So once you have your sides cut, you're going to take them under this front bit that you have. And tie it in a knot. Now just to make sure it doesn't move out of place, we're going to put the tape over it. So these two long bits you can either leave as it, curl it some more, or tie it in a bow. So I'm going to be extra fancy. Tied it in a bow. Where are my scissors? Cut the ends off the bow. And now we just have a lot of curly, stringy shininess. And there you go, one present complete. And because you did such a good job, you now deserve a treat. So of course not all presents come in boxes, so what do you do if you have something like this? Well, there are two options. Option number one is to put the present in an old box that you already have. Of course, you're not going to give a pack of treats to a doggy in a hand massager box, so you gotta make the box look pretty first. So for this, we are going to use some pretty sticky paper. So measuring sticky paper for a box is a little different than measuring wrapping paper because it has to be a little bigger, because you want this to go all the way around the front and the lid. So you're going to have your box in the center of it, and before you get sticky, you're going to measure again to make sure that you have the right size. Open and close. Once you're sure about that, you're going to cut the bit for the lid first. Once you have your lid section cut, you are going to cut off the excess bit from the top. Now we're going to measure around for the front portion, which should be about right. If you need to trim a little more, that's fine, but again, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but if I missed it, I would have had it in the caption. Don't cut it too short. You want it to be a little big just in case. Now that the front portion is the right size, you are going to cut down the edge of the box. Now we cut along the sides of the back of the box. And finally, you're going to end up what looks like the outline of a dice. And now you start sticking it on your box and hope that you measured correctly. So if you have a little extra that's bending along the side, you just cut that off. And ta-da! We now have a pretty box to put our present in. So of course you can wrap this up with more wrapping paper if you want, or put a bow on it, but I think for Luke this will be fine. So the second way to wrap a non-box present is to make a little wrapping paper bag out of it. Just like with the first present, you're going to measure the size of it and cut. I would suggest cutting straight. So you're going to take your paper that I assume is cut way more neatly than this and fold it in half. My goodness, I'm such a terrible cutter. Anyways. Then you're going to fold two of the sides and make it into those little triangles like I did for the first box and stick it over. Again, please do this neater than I did. This is horrific. I am such a bad elf. But anyways, that should give you like a little envelope to put your present in. And then you're going to do the same with the top. Fold into the little triangles and flip it over and stick. Ta-da! Just excuse the messy back, but ta-da! So yeah, that is how to wrap presents, and I know things got progressively bad towards the end of this, but that is my own fault. I didn't bring enough snacks. Fun fact, not bringing enough snacks is also why I got kicked out of the candy painting department. Like, I never made it to the painting part because I ate all of them. So I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. If you still can't wrap presents to save your life, don't worry, there are still a lot of other things elves can do. For example, I'm pretty sure that the Department of Creative Places to Hide Mistletoe is looking for elves, so you should always check there. Although if you do that, I'm warning you now, if you bring mistletoe anywhere near me, I will pull your ears off. So before I wrap this video up, I just want to give a quick little shout out to my friend Josh. He made a video, I think last year, about the struggles of wrapping presents, which is what inspired this video, so thanks for that. Also, just a little side note, my favorite video on all of YouTube was also made by Josh. It was 2 years ago for Christmas, and I will have that linked in the end card and in the description. You should definitely go check that out. Anyways, that is it for this week's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like it, share it, and if you're new, don't forget to hit subscribe and book the bell to join the Socks Box and get a Socksy new video every Wednesday. If you want to know what goes on in my alternative normal life the rest of the week, you can head over to my personal channel and social medias, all of which are linked down in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next week, you just keep rocking.